followed me with their eyes when I walked by on the street, whether they wanted to or not. Everything was infinitely possible, ordained even, as long as summer lasted, as long as Fawn was with me. Fawn was like a magic potion, a walking, talking human elixir who made everything all right, even when it was dead wrong. This is why I couldn't walk away, even when the summer went to shit, when I knew she was tugging me toward absolute disaster, when I knew Fawn would betray me as quick as look at me. Even then, I loved her. Even then, especially then, I needed her to go on breathing. What we had, when I could bring myself to count it out later, was 3 months and change. 107 Kodachrome days spinning centrifugally toward the sun. It was 1973. I was 15, and Fawn was 16, and what was there to do but consult the weatherman and Wella Balsam and the radio gods? We had memories that seemed built particularly for storing song lyrics. We could sing along to anything that was playing, anything at all, or simply sway, holding the words under our tongues like melting sugar. It was summer in Illinois. There were cornfields and red-winged blackbirds, and cicadas yodeling from the trees and rooftops in the center of the invisible moon. Strings of perfect songs floated from the airwaves and into our hands, like balloons from a mail-order circus. Here, the songs seemed to be saying, all of this is for you. You can have it. Will it go round in circles? O'Hare International Airport was a little like a hospital. Glaring linoleum, long hallways leading to other hallways, suspended white lights that seemed to shiver when I looked at them. Everywhere people walked purposefully between points on a graph, pulling behind them stacked luggage sets or children, their faces hardening and sealing off like drying cement. Watching them, I felt as if I had never been anywhere or done anything worthy or daring or desperate enough. I wanted a destination and something or someone waiting there, holding wilting daisies or a piece of cardboard with my name on it. But we had come for Fawn, Uncle Raymond and myself, to collect this cousin, this stranger. I didn't even own proper luggage, and Fawn was flying at that moment, buckled into a seat I imagined as static, a soft L shape that hung still while all of Illinois rushed toward it. If nothing else, the girl had a fabulous name, Fawn Delacourt, round and silver as a serving spoon in a velvet-lined drawer. I had been saying it to myself for weeks, practicing it like a slogan or equation, a word problem. When Raymond told me that Fawn would be staying with us for the summer, he didn't elaborate on the reasons. According to Fawn's mother, Camille, the girl was at loose ends. Raymond knew I would be too, with school just let out and him working all day, so why not a companion? But why Fawn would voluntarily leave home to come to Illinois for 3 months, I found puzzling. A vacation spot or camp, sure, but Moline? And to relatives she had never met? It was a curious situation, but since I didn't feel I could press Raymond to reveal more, I tried to focus on the windfall aspect of it. I would have a friend, right there in the house, for the whole summer, days and days simply waiting to be filled, like the seats Raymond and I walked past on the way to Fawn's gate. When we arrived, the plane still hadn't landed, so Raymond left me leaning against a wall-length window and walked off to make a phone call. I watched the black announcement board that said Phoenix 469 for some minutes, but no change seemed imminent, so I gazed out at planes lumbering along the runway instead, their tiny front wheels looking underscaled and overburdened. At some arbitrary point they began to move faster and faster, and then rose incongruously into the air the way seagulls did, or objects being levitated. Nosing up and up, they arched into backbends or twisted sheerly to one side. Impossible. I watched takeoff after takeoff, thinking with each that this would be the time the bottom dropped out, or the wings snapped clean off like a mishandled model. But nothing terrible happened. At least, not while I stood there.